wanted their truth sat on the roundabout opposite my home, giggling to themselves in a car or a van. And the bigger guy says, "I want no part in this." And then Mark says, no, sorry, "I want no part in your revenge." Mark turns around and films my house and says, that one there with the lights on, that's Beardo's house. These guys that don't want drama and think debunking is toxic and all of that, one of them was outside of my house filming it and sending it to his mates.
You have probably already seen that clip specifically, or potentially you've already seen the entire video that Beardo put out just a few days ago. But I also wanted to touch base on this, and I wanted to start off the video by showing you that specifically. When it comes to doxing, harassment, threats, stalking, anything of that nature in general, there is never a valid reason or excuse to be doing it. This has happened to Beardo, it's happened to the side-eye guy, it has happened to Stevie from Truth or Demons as well. That more recently, I've seen some things going on Facebook, and I understand people are tired of the drama, they are tired of hearing certain situations, they just want it to go back to the way it was. But this is something that just can't be ignored. It's not going to go away, clearly, because Beardo has been going through this for over 2 years. The harassment, all behind the scenes, because a lot of us did not have any idea this was going on. This is not only affecting Beardo, like he has said, it also affects his family, everyone that is living with him in his own home.
What you haven't taken into account is when my wife saw this. What you haven't taken into account, that this and then the proving demons and then this rearing its head, it doesn't affect my mental health. You know full well about my wife's mental health problems, Mark, and you have still chosen, absolutely chosen, drive to my house and to film it and to mock and laugh and joke and share.
To pull up to someone's house, point at the house, yeah, the one with the light on, record this and say, yeah, that's Beardo's house right there. For what? And my next questions would be, how did you find this information? Who told you this information? Why do you have this information? And why would you be outside of his home recording it, filming it, and then sending it to your friends or people you know on WhatsApp? For what reason? And I think a lot of us were also seeing and hearing what Proving Demons was saying on his live streams very, very recently, where he had mentioned multiple times, because I saw this myself, multiple times, that he said, yeah, I'm going to have some of my mates, a few of my buddies, and we're going to pull up to Beardo's house and just have a chat. For what? Why? Why do you think that would be a good idea? This is wrong. And anytime someone is being doxxed or harassed, there is no excuse for it. Yes, we're human. We make mistakes. Absolutely. Like, no one is perfect, but there is no excuse in my book to be doing something like this. Look, I am Latina. I get riled up. I get heated. Absolutely, we all have our moments, but am I ever gonna go find and dig up personal information to put it online? If people want certain information to be hidden or not out there, then why would I be the one to put it out there, you know? Another example would be the side-eye guy. He has a mask on, and I can fully understand why he has a mask on. Look at everything that's going on. They've been trying to dox him. They've been trying to tell him that we know what you look like, or we're going to put your face out there. The community does not want him to take his mask off. He has even asked more than once. He's done a poll minimum twice already that I've seen, and everyone says, no, keep your mask on. With everything going on, a lot of us understand why you are behind a mask. And people shouldn't have to be behind a mask, but look what happens. Look at what's happening with Beardo. And a lot of other people, Stevie as well, from Truth or Demons, going through this. It is insane. In this field, we are all going to have different opinions. We're not always going to be seeing eye to eye on things, and that's completely okay. There might be some paranormal investigators putting videos out there, and not everyone is 100% believing it. Like, let's just, for example, put it out there. If someone goes to a location and they're getting scratched for the 10th time, if they are dying for the 20th time at a location, can you really be mad at people for not believing that happened already? Like, no, you know what I mean? And another example, if people are using a ghost app, if people are using devices, can you necessarily be upset that people are not believing it, or they're trying to, in a way, debunk it because you're not debunking it yourself. Sometimes there are logical reasonings to things happening when you're going out on investigations. I think it's fair to try and find them and not just assume everything is paranormal. No device out there that can really communicate with spirits, at least yet. Maybe one day, but from what I've seen out there, not yet, or else Kenny Biddle would have already known about it and he would have put it out there. This is beyond drama at this point for people to be pulling up to someone else's house, leaking the information, even if it's just being sent to friends. You just never know who it's going to be sent to. It's nasty behavior that should just not be allowed.
The reason that I bought a website and a domain is because when Mark was filming my house, he was also bragging to his mates that he was attempting to buy the domain of Beardo Gets Scared, meaning that if he'd bought it, my channel could no longer be called Beardo Gets Scared.
Interesting. So someone else in this field is trying to take over a domain. Nope, that would explain a lot. I had seen on Facebook he had mentioned that he was going to have a website pulled up. This explains why. Because they were trying to take that from him as well. Even if it's a joke, even if oh, I said it but I didn't mean it. Why? For what? Why are you doing these things? I just think it's crazy that like a lot goes on behind the scenes that a lot of us never really see until sometimes you're shown certain screenshots, you're shown certain things that really make you question certain people. With all that being said, the world is a crazy, stressful, weird place, but let's just try to be kind to one another and not do pendejadas like this to other people, please. Insane what's going on to Beardo, to Side-Eye Guy, to Stevie from Truth or Demons, to everyone that has been harassed, doxxed, threatened, stalked, everything. Absolutely insane. Not okay.